Alrighty, it's Ray. It was brought to my attention yesterday when I shared a meme on social media about rape culture that a lot of men are unaware, for one, that rape culture is actually a thing. You know, like, okay, so basically, systematic and systemic, the laws and, you know, political agendas and whatnot here in America, they are not all based on racism. Racism happens to be one of the biggest, you know, revenue builders here in this country with so many inequalities with the justice system and entertainment and whatnot. But one of the other just as huge issue is sexism. All throughout history, women have been raped, beat, not had any rights to their children, and their any money being left to them by their own family went to their husbands because fuck women, right? And just like racism, it's not going to go away overnight. And just because the government has set up some kind of bullshit child support and alimony and all this other stuff in court so they can get a piece of the action, it doesn't change the fact that sexism is a serious issue. Women are still being paid less. They are still being blamed, just like black people who are killed. Well, he shouldn't have ran, or maybe if your people would stop killing their people, then maybe they wouldn't have been killed in cold blood without the, it's the same thing with women. Well, maybe if she wasn't wearing this, maybe if she wasn't drinking, well, maybe she should have thought about that. Or, women lie too about rape. It's the same bullshit. And one thing I think a lot of men need to get through their head, if you are one of the men that has said any of these things, she should think about this before she wears this, or women lie about rape, so how do we believe this, or all kinds of stuff like this, then you are a sexist piece of shit. Just like the racists who black on black crime us and all lives matter and all this other bullshit. There are certain little one-liners that you can call it out. And a lot of people, whenever women are drunk, if you think it's okay and you think that her being drunk means it's the okay and the go ahead to fuck her while she's drunk, sloppy drunk, if you don't know the girl, even if you do, especially if you do, because the majority of the rape victims, they know they're rapists. And the majority of people, out of 100 people who get raped, a handful of them, two handfuls, are going to be spoken on. And a handful will go to court, and two will get a day or two in jail. You see how the system works, especially if you're white and privileged. You get probation at the most. Rape culture is a very real thing. When you look around on TV and women, they are sexualized. When you look at the history of women, the only thing women have ever been able to do is marry rich, and then y'all get upset whenever women do the same thing today. Only thing they were able to do was use their body to get where they wanted, and then you get upset when they do the same thing today. But you're not paying the same, and then you're victim shaming and blaming. If a woman, a girl, minor, has too much to drink, and you're not man enough to make sure that other men don't violate her, stay the fuck away from her. Call her a cab. Do something. Anything. But violate her. Alcohol is not an excuse. Revealing clothes are not an excuse to violate a woman or a young woman sexually, or to overlook that woman or young lady being violated sexually. How a woman dresses, if you don't respect how she looks, that does not give you a right to disrespect her or allow other people to disrespect her. It makes you a sexist piece of shit for thinking that your opinion of her attire means that she should be treated like any less of a human than you would want someone to treat you or your fucking mother or your sister or your own daughter. And a lot of y'all aren't putting a lot of thought into this stuff, and you're sitting here saying all this shit like, well, if she's drunk there, I'm going to at least grab it, I'm going to touch it, I'm going to kiss it, I'm going to sniff it, I'm going to fuck it. But you never put that whole, what if that was my mom? What if my mom did go through that? You know how many women have gone through molestation as a child or sexual assault as a child or adult and have never spoken to people because of all the victim shaming and the fact that, oh, we made the mistake of being comfortable enough to get drunk around a couple of the homies or something? If we don't feel comfortable speaking to you about this, because knowing how society blames and shames the women, oh, she must want money. She just wants attention. She got drunk and she changed her mind. If she was drunk and she changed her mind, then bitch, she was too drunk to make the decision. If she was drunk, don't fuck her. If you're really worried about someone changing their mind, make sure they're in their right mind before you have sex with them. Make sure they want to have sex with you before you have sex with them. Don't go around online talking about, oh, she just wants money, or she was lying, she was this, that. The majority of rapists are never going to see jail or never going to go to court. So don't think that someone not being found guilty means that they are not guilty of sexually assaulting someone. How many white people are found not guilty just because they're police officers for killing innocent people, even on videotape? Does that mean it didn't happen because they weren't found guilty? No, it doesn't. Put the same fucking consideration when it comes to your women. Black, white, other. We know the history of white women lying about rape, but it doesn't condone overlooking a white woman being raped because of the bullshit. It doesn't condone overlooking any woman just because she's easy and she fucks around with a lot of guys. It doesn't mean that she was not raped. It doesn't mean that you overlook it and she'll get over it. That shit is very, very psychologically scarring, and it's permanent. A lot of y'all motherfuckers need to really, really pay attention. Look yourself in the mirror and see what the fuck you think is right versus what the fuck you think someone doing to your own child is right or wrong. Same shit we tell white folks. You can't even fucking give your own women the same fucking respect. Black, white, other. The treatment of women by men in this country, even their own men, it's fucking sick. Hope you all have fucking daughters and you get to feel what it's like. Because obviously that's usually what it takes. Just like these racist bitches that end up with a bunch of black grandkids. Motherfuckers are sick. This entire country, this entire globe is mentally fucking ill. And no amount of victim blaming and shaming is going to change that shit. Or the fact that the majority of the women you know are victims of sexual assault.